Hi everyone, I'm Miss Corbin from the shortest library at Whitefriars College. I might have met you on interview day, but if I didn't, I'm just here to explain a little bit about some wonderful stories that we have in the library, and maybe you were able to get them at your local library. So remember, in the holidays, you can do lots of fun outdoor things, but also that your local library, they often have programs and activities you can do, and it's a really nice place just to hang out as well. So I'm going to pinpoint a few little books that you might be interested in. The first one that I choose today to look at is called Moon Boy. It's pretty recently released and it's by Anna Sidor. And this is it's actually about the moon landing, and I really love books that have time travel in them. So this one is one of those. It's about a boy and a girl from different time zones, and they're both really interested in the moon landing, which happened in 1969. And I won't tell you anymore because I might spoil it, but fantastic story. This author in particular does do time travel really well in books. So highly recommend Moon Boy. The next one is a fantasy book, and this is called The Nowhere Emporium by Ross Mackenzie. So this book, I think I like it because there's just a young boy walking along the street, and all of a sudden he gets really interested in this particular shop, and he goes inside the shop, but inside the shop is a giant labyrinth, and it's all full of magic, and there's lots of staircases, and it turns out there's kind of lots of rooms, and he's got a special place. He's been chosen for a particular reason to find this magical shop. So once again, The Nowhere Emporium, if you like fantasy. It's more like magical fantasy by Ross Mackenzie. Now I'm turning our attention to a war story, a little bit of a war story. This is set in the present. It's about a girl who likes running. It's called Armistice Runner by Tom Palmer. But she is struggling a bit with her training, with her running. And so I know a lot of people like to do running, and maybe long distance or short distance. Maybe that's you. And it's from the First World War. So it's her grandmother that she goes to visit, has Alzheimer's, where she unfortunately forgets things sometimes, and she finds it hard to speak. But when this girl mentions that she likes running, all of a sudden the grandmother says, "Oh," and runs upstairs and goes and gets from the attic a box, and in the box is a pair of running shoes and a diary from the First World War. So it turns out her great-great-grandfather was a runner in the First World War. That means his job was to run messages, physically run messages. This is before mobile phones and everything else and proper telecommunication systems, from people, from commanders to certain areas of the army. So fantastic story where she reads every night a bit of the diary of her great-great-grandfather. Armistice Runner, Tom Palmer, highly recommended. The last one I'm going to mention, some of you may know this person, some of your mum and dads might know them. The author is Sammy J, and he's been on the radio and on TV. The book is called The Long Class Goodnight. So this is about a kid called Justin, and he's going to a new school, and it's pretty scary going to a new school. He's got to really basically survive his first day. So a lot of this book is about surviving the first day and all the funny things. It's actually quite hilarious. It's in our humour section. You might find it in your local library. It's a really good read, and I laughed out loud. Oh, before we finish, the Year 7s have just asked me to include something because apparently there's a movie coming out of The Bad Guys. So we've got a couple of the books here. They're really, really funny. And so remember when you go to the library to look for these books and do some borrowing. Thanks.